people that work there. There are over 5,000 people that work at Children's Hospital. So I don't know everybody, and they don't all know me, but everyone is there because we care about kids, and we want kids to be safe and happy, okay? So Ms. Deb is here to talk to you today about some other stuff to keep you safe and happy. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not a nurse. I don't have any shots with me in all my bags, okay? I have this really cool job. I get to talk to kids about their feelings, and I get to talk to kids about a safety plan. All right, so let's talk about feelings first. Raise your hand and tell me something that makes you feel happy. What makes you feel happy in the purple?
I like to help my mom.
You like to help your mom, and that makes you feel happy.
I like to help my mom because she doesn't have to do it by herself.
You are so nice, and that helping makes you feel happy. That's awesome. All right, I'm going to switch on you. Tell me something that makes you feel sad. Sad. What makes you feel sad?
It makes me feel sad when I don't help my mom.
When you don't help. You don't help. All right, what about mad? What makes you feel mad? What makes you feel mad?
It like does it when my brother like hits me in the face.
When your brother hits you, or brothers or sisters take stuff from you, I hear that all the time. What about scared? What about scared? What makes you feel scared?
When I see something that's scary and when I'm
and it might be scary and you might have nightmares. So let's see happy faces. Let's see sad faces. Let's see mad faces. Let's see scared faces. Everyone has those feelings, even grown-ups. Did you know grown-ups feel happy, sad, scared, and mad too? Even grown-ups. So we all have feelings. So let's remember that. Let's remember that. All right, this is my first day at your school. And I know you guys are kind of new. You just started and you're haven't been here very many days. But can you tell me a rule here at the school? What's a rule here? What are one of the rules?
No running.
No running. Very good. What's another rule here?
No pushing.
No pushing. I like that rule.
No biting.
No biting. Yes. What's a rule?
No shoving.
No shoving.
No kicking.
No kicking.
See?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't be mad at your friends.
Don't be mad at your friends. What a nice rule. What a nice rule.
Don't pinch anybody.
Don't pinch anybody. Do you have a twin?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like going, I think I'm seeing it like double.
Too much coffee.
Yeah.
How do you know?
I just talked to him a few minutes
Alex
ago.
was already in.
Yeah, so that's cool. Okay. All right, can you put your hands down for me? Do you think Mr. Lowry and your teachers, do you think after you guys go home, they sit at the school and they don't eat dinner and they go, let's think of rules to make the students miserable and grumpy? Do you think they do that? No. We have rules to keep us safe and happy. The kids that I talk to at the hospital, they tell me when they feel safe, it's easier to feel happy. So we have the rules to keep us safe and happy. If there were no rules at your school and Mr. Lowry called and said, hey, Miss Deb from Children's Hospital, would you come to my cool school, but hey, there's no rules at our school? I would say, no thank you, Mr. Lowry, because I would be afraid to come to a school with no rules. Because if there were no rules, I could kick you, and I could pull your hair, and I could pinch you, and I could take your cute tennis shoes. No. So we have rules to keep us safe and happy. What happens if we forget or break a rule? What might happen?
If you kind of like punch somebody in the face.
And then you broke the rule. What might happen?
Placing my hand on your first question.
Get in trouble.
Can you think? I heard you might have to go to the principal's office. Do you sometimes like get warnings, like if you're talking too much and your teacher goes, remember, we need to be quiet, or you need to be quiet in the hall? Yes.
Don't hurt anyone.
Do what?
Don't hurt anyone.
I said, yeah, exactly. If grown-ups break the rules, for grown-ups it's called laws. And so like if Miss Deb was driving to your school this morning and I was speeding and I got pulled over by the police and they wrote me a ticket, that's my punishment, because that helps me remember the rule. So sometimes you have to be reminded of the rules. What?
Do you drive an ambulance?
No,
What do you drive?
I just drive a car.
A normal one?
A normal old boring car. Yeah, normal old boring car.
I would even have a TV deal.
Hold on, I got a friend with a hand up. Yes.
I got pulled over by the police one time and that's got a warning.
And got a warning? You're lucky. The last time I got pulled over, I got a ticket. But the warning helps you remember the rule or the law. All right, let's put our hands down. Awesome. Tell me some more about your school or the rules or the plans that you have. Now, I know you haven't been here long, but tell me if there was a fire at your school. Do you guys know what the plan is?
Yeah.
What's the plan if there's a fire at the school?
You have to get out of
You get out. Do we start grabbing all our stuff? No, because we're more important than stuff. Everyone has feelings. We have rules to keep us safe and happy, and we're more important than stuff, right? There's nobody else like you, all right? That we can hopefully go buy more stuff. So we're more important than stuff. What about a tornado? What's the plan for a tornado?
Go somewhere safe.
You go somewhere safe. At home, it might be your basement or the closet or the hallway. At school, they'll show you where to go, and you have a plan. What about lockdown? Have y'all had that plan yet? Yeah. You stay in your classroom, you stay quiet, okay? So you have a plan. And at your school, at Shades Cahaba, you will practice your plans. You will pretend that there's a fire and you'll practice what to do. You'll pretend that there's a tornado and you'll practice what to do. You'll pretend that there's a lockdown and you'll practice what to do. And the reason we do that, if there's an emergency at the school, if there's somebody here,
stranger danger yesterday.
Stranger danger. If there's someone here that's not supposed to be in your school, you lock it down. So you learn the plan and you practice what to do. Yes.
One time I was walking to my friend's house, and a guy came up and said, and I didn't know him, and it looked like he was a stranger. And he said, "Come, I have puppies in my car. Do you want to come have them?" And I said no, and I screamed and ran away.
Good for you. Did you get a feeling in your tummy? Did you get a little like nervous or shaky? And did your brain remember what the plan was? The plan was to run away. So yes, we use our brains, we use our heads to think about the plan of what to do. And that's a stranger danger plan. And some of what we're going to talk about today is very much like that. But we're going to talk about some different people, not strangers. Okay? And we'll talk about that in just a minute. You guys are so smart. Thank you for telling me the plans at your school. Because if there was a fire,
We can just go outside.
if there's a fire, you go outside. If there's a tornado, you stay inside. If there's a lockdown, you stay in your classroom. So you have the plans of what to do. And Miss Deb's going to teach you another plan. You're going to learn another plan. All right, can you point to your heads? And can you draw a line all the way to your toes? Our bodies are from our head to our toes. So for Miss Deb to march sideways, for me to walk and take little steps, for me to turn around, my body just all worked together. My brain was telling my bones and my muscles what to do. Okay? It all worked together. All right. So do like this if you agree with me. Your body's from your head to your toe. Awesome. There are certain parts of our body that we call private parts. Can you say private? Private parts. That means they're just not for everybody. That means they're for you. Part of the reason we wear clothes is to cover our private parts. It's not just to look cute and nice. part of the reason we wear clothes is to cover our private parts. When you go swimming, boys might wear like a bathing suit like this, and it covers private parts, and girls might wear a one-piece or even a two-piece, and it covers your private parts. All right, so bathing suits cover your private parts. I'm going to show you with 3 X's where the private parts are on our bodies. You may giggle. It's okay. All right, you ready? Private parts, private parts, private parts. Okay? Right now, you're all sitting on a private part. Okay? Watch me again and listen. Top private parts, front private parts, back private parts. All right? All right. Do babies have private parts?
Yes.
Do kids have private parts?
Yes.
Do big kids have private parts?
Yes.
Do grown-ups have private parts?
Yes.
Do old people have private parts?
Yes.
Yeah, we all have private parts. We need our private parts because our bodies are from our head to our toe. Now, in Birmingham, in Alabama, in America where we live, sometimes boys can show their top privates. Sometimes when they go swimming, when they play basketball, when they're cutting the grass, when they're out on a boat, yes, when they're out on a boat, they might be able to show their top private parts. But no one should ever mess with your private parts. Okay? No one should ever mess with your private parts. Miss Deb, what do you mean mess with? What does that mean? Messing with?
Messing with somebody.
Yeah, messing with somebody. You're right. When I say mess with, I mean a lot of things. When I say no one should mess with your private parts, that means they shouldn't be staring at your private parts. They shouldn't be trying to touch your private parts. They shouldn't be touching your private parts. They shouldn't make you watch movies or videos or anything on the iPad or on the phone about people's private parts. They shouldn't take pictures of your private parts. Okay? They shouldn't make you mess with their private parts. They shouldn't ask you to mess with anybody else's private parts, all right? All right, that's kind of icky to talk about, isn't it? Let's shake it out. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Okay? Most people are really, really nice. Most people are like the weather we're having today. It's really pretty out there today.
Yeah.
Most people are nice. Most people are like the weather we're having. But do you guys know what to do if all of a sudden a storm came or a tornado? You have a plan, right? You have a plan. So I'm going to teach you a plan.
And then a tornado outside.
Good, that's your plan. And you know what to do. So you know, tornado coming, you use your head, you remember your plan, you use your brain. So I'm going to teach you another plan that you can have in your brain that you can use. Yes?
When I have a tornado, my next door neighbor has the same plan, and we don't really have a plan, so we do over next to
So you do have a plan. You go to your next door neighbors. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, raise your hand if you know the plan for the fire. Okay? Raise your hand if you know the plan for the tornado. All right, good job. I'm going to teach you another plan. Are you ready? Are you ready? If someone tries to mess with your private parts, the first thing you try to say is no. Let me hear you say no.
No.
Say it like you mean it.
No.
No. Very good. Very good. Because if you go like this, if you go, no, I don't think so. Do I sound like I really mean that? No. But if I go, no, I sound like I really mean it. The next thing you try to do is you try to get away. Let me see you move your hands like you're trying to get away. Get away, get away, get away. Perfect. Perfect. All right, let me see some muscles. Let me see your muscles. Then you got to find your power. You got to find your power and you tell. Let me hear you say tell. Good job. You find your power and you tell. Now, if someone's trying to mess with your private parts and you find the power to tell, are you in trouble? No, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's never their fault. It's their fault. It is their fault. Good job.
You just have to kick him down.
You can try to, but even if you're not able to say no and you're not able to get away, even if they did mess with your private parts, you still have the power to tell.
I don't have the power to control them.
You don't. You're right. You may not have the power to control them, but you have the power to tell. So when Miss Deb says tell, we got to think of people to tell. Who do you tell? Who's a grown-up that lives on this, let me finish, that lives on this earth, that you see a lot, that's a human?
Daddy and Mommy.
Daddy and Mommy. Who else?
The teacher.
Teacher.
The principal.
Principal.
The nurse here.
The nurse here. Good job. Dr. Lowry. Very good.
Your friend.
You could tell a friend, but I'd rather you tell a grown-up. Okay? But that's a good point. If a friend tells you somebody's trying to mess with my private parts, or somebody has messed with my private parts, if you're a good friend, you help them go tell. Okay? You help them go tell. All right. I need your help. Can you say hi to Shelly? This is Shelly. This is my turtle friend. Someone is trying to mess with Shelly's private parts. Shelly doesn't know what to do. Do you guys think we can help her know what to do? Can we teach her the plan? Awesome. Now, someone's trying to mess with her private parts and she doesn't know what to do. Raise your hand and tell me how you think Shelly's feeling. All the way in the back, in the green shirt. How do you think she's feeling?
Can she talk?
She talks to me. How do you think she's feeling?
She can tell her mom.
She could tell her mom, but right now she doesn't know what to do. How do you think she's feeling?
Sad.
Sad? How else?
Mad.
Mad? How else?
Angry.
Angry? Scared?
Happy.
She's not happy because someone's trying to mess with her private parts.
If someone mess with his private parts,
Tell her.
you might might run away.
You are exactly right. But you know what? Shelly doesn't know the plan. We got to teach it to her. But do you see where Shelly is? Shelly went in her shell. And we need to get her out of her shell. So you guys, if you're good with it, you're going to teach Shelly the plan and how to get out of her shell. If you are willing to help me teach Shelly, give me a thumbs up. Awesome.
That sounds like
Well, we got to learn some more stuff. We got to learn how to get her out. We got to learn how to get her out. This is my other friend, Bubbles. Can you say hi to Bubbles?
Hi,
Bubbles is the smartest fish in the world. Bubbles has never been caught. So when you go fishing, what do you need? What do you need to catch a fish?
A bait.
You need bait. Yeah.
And a fishing pole.
And a fishing
Or a
pole.
net.
You're right.
Or a fishing net.
This is my little fishing pole. And this is my net. Now, what do you put on the hook?
A bait.
You put bait on there. Do you put things on there that fish like?
Yes.
Yeah, so you put that stuff on there so when the fish see it, or they smell it, or they like the way it looks, or they like the way it might be just something they're interested in, or they might be curious about it, but if they take that bait, what might happen?
You have to get it in.
They might get caught. You're right. Now, people that want to mess with kids' private parts, they use bait.
Bait.
But not like the bait you use for fish, not like worms and crickets. They use things that kids like. So what are some things kids like?
Candy.
Candy.
Toys.
Toys.
I like stuffed animals.
Stuffed animals. You want to think some more? Okay. What are some things kids like?
To have ice cream.
Ice cream. Very good.
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Fishing with your dad.
Fishing with your dad. They might say they'll take you to the zoo or take you to the movies or something like that. Yes.
On the first question, you didn't let me say something.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay, not everybody
Not
gets to
everybody
share
gets a
every
chance,
time.
but everybody's gonna help Shelly, okay? I apologize.
Chocolate cake.
Chocolate candy. So let me show you this.
Cake.
If somebody said, I'll give you this whole bag of candy if you let me mess with your private parts, what's the first thing you try to say?
No.
Then what would you do?
Run
Run away. Then what would you do?
One.
You run,
And leave a candy.
you'd eat the candy,
Leave the candy.
you'd leave the candy, uh-huh.
You
And then you tell, okay? All right, let's do a practice pretend.
This is fine.
When I put the scarf on, I'm gonna pretend I'm your cousin cousin Stacy from Atlanta. Okay? When I take the scarf off, I'm Miss Deb. All right? It's like a little play or a little show. All right, I want you all to tell Shelly to pay attention. Because we gotta work to get her out of her shell. All right, you ready? All right, you ready? I'm your cousin Stacy from Atlanta. Well, hello. It's so good to see you guys. Are y'all what, like third graders now?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are y'all in third grade? No?
Where's kindergarten?
Kindergarten? Well, you boys just look so old and grown up, and you girls just look so pretty and mature. I thought you were much older. Well, since I didn't get to see you for Christmas, I brought you all some candy. All right, so everybody will get this big bag of candy. But since I'm your very favorite special cousin and I'm older than you, it's my job to teach you guys how to be men, and it's my job to teach you girls how to be women. So, but the first thing I need to do, before I give you the candy, I need to see your private parts.
No.
No? But I'm your very favorite special cousin. All right, good. So most of you said no. Good job. You would let the cousin see your private parts for the bag of candy? Yeah? Yeah. You know what the candy is? It's bait. That's what Cousin Stacy was tricking. Some of our friends fell for the trick. They would let somebody see their private parts for candy. Are you more important than candy? Yes, you're more important than candy. Yes, you're more important than candy. But it's really candy. I just bought it at Target. It's really candy. That's the bait. But we've got to teach Shelly not to take the bait, because we don't want people to use bait to trick us. All right, let's keep going. I'm going to be your cousin again. All right, some of you said no. Now what are you going to do? Run. All right, Cousin Stacy has figured out that most of you guys know the plan. Now she says, wait, don't go tell on me. If you don't tell, I'll give you each $1. So please don't tell on me. Are y'all still going to tell? Yeah, you still tell. Did Cousin Stacy break a rule? Yeah, you're not supposed to offer people candy and money to mess with their private parts or to keep it a secret. That's a bad secret. This is my friend Clammy. Clammy can't get it either. Clammy's kind of like Shelly. Clammy thinks if someone messes with your private parts, you should keep it a secret. Keep it a secret. Keep it a secret. Is that a good secret or a bad secret? That's a bad secret. That's a secret you should tell. That's a secret you should tell. So don't be like a fish and get hooked and then get caught in the net. All right, if someone's trying to mess with your private parts, what's the first thing you try to say? Then what do you try to do? Then you got to find your power and you need to tell. Are you in trouble? No. It's their fault. They're the ones breaking the rules. They're the ones breaking the rules. You are right. You are right. Okay. People that want to mess with kids' private parts, they can be grown-ups, a man or a lady.
Or they could be kids.
They could be another kid.
I found
They could be a teenager. Okay, can you just hold it 1 second? Their skin color can be the color of my skin. Their skin color can be lighter or darker. They don't always look scary. They don't always wear black capes and have mustaches and go like this, okay? They might look like just anybody else. Stranger danger is very important, but I want you to listen. Most of the time, someone that tries to mess with a kid's private parts is someone that you know. Most of the time, someone that tries to mess with a kid's private parts is someone that you know. So you need to remember the I can plan. I can try to say no. I can try to get away. I can find the power to tell. I know it's not.
Well, I got another power for doing that.
That's right. Now,
Picking them down.
when you pick the grown-ups that live on this earth that you see a lot that are old enough to drive a car, you choose. You say, I choose to tell my mom. I choose to tell my dad. I choose to tell Dr. Lowry. I choose to tell my grandma. I choose to tell my grandpa. You choose who to tell. When you go home or in the classroom, your teacher or your parents might help you decide who to tell because it needs to be a grown-up. Now, if someone's trying to mess with your private parts on purpose, you tell. Okay? If I'm walking like this and I tripped and I fell and hit this friend in his front privates, was that an accident or on purpose? That was an accident. Does he need to run tell? No. If I do that every day, if I accidentally hit his privates and go, oh, excuse me, if I kick his privates, if in the hallway I punch his privates, does he need to tell that? Yes. Yes, because now it's not an accident anymore. If you keep doing it, it's not an accident. If someone keeps trying to mess with your privates, it's not an accident. Now, when you change a baby's diaper, are you helping the baby or messing with their private parts? Helping the baby. When my granddaughter, this is what my granddaughter does. She's younger than y'all. Every time she goes to the bathroom, she lives at my house. She lives with me. She says, she calls me Dee Dee. She says, Dee Dee, I pooped. Will you come help me wipe my back privates? Am I messing with her private parts or am I helping her? Helping her, yes. Helping her. But if someone is trying to touch or they are touching your private parts on purpose, you need to tell. You need to tell. When Miss Deb comes back, we're going to practice telling. We're going to help Shelly get out of her shell. We're going to talk about some more bait. Okay? And we're going to practice the plan again. Yes?
If someone messes with your private, you don't do it back to them.
No, you do not do it back to them. You need to tell them no. You need to get away from them. And you need to go tell a grown-up because they're breaking a rule and they might need to be reminded. They might need to be reminded of that rule. Okay? All right. Are we finished now? Are we done? Yes. You have a question? In just 1 minute, can I tell you one more thing? If you go to the doctor might need to check your private parts because private parts can get sick or hurt, just like you can get an ear infection or strep throat or hurt your arm or leg. Your private parts might get hurt or sick. Or get a cold. If you go to the doctor, sometimes just for a regular checkup, they might check your private parts. Someone needs to be in the room with you. Either the family that drove you there or someone that takes care of you needs to be in the room with the doctor. But you need to be able to tell someone, can you hold on? You need to tell someone if your private parts are sick or injured. Okay? My little girl, when she was little, her front private was getting sick. And she went like this. She did this weird little motion and she said, Mama, my front private is hurting. Did she let me know that I needed to take care of her? Did I know what part of her body was bothering her? She just used the word front private. She used the words front private, and I knew. Yes. And your front private was hurting, and the doctor checks it, just like they check your ears or your nose, and they listen to you breathe. That is right. That's right. Hold on, friend with a hand.
One time, I had a cold, and I went to the doctor's, and Mama said lay down, and she sang me a song, one of her songs, and she's like a spinner and a music player, so she sang me like the songs,
And
and it let me feel better.
you felt better. And Mommy knew that you were worried, you were anxious, you were scared. So that's when you need to talk to a grown-up. If you're feeling worried or scared or anxious about anything.
And then the doctor came and said, "Are you alright?" And I said, "Yes, just a little more."
Because you needed to get help, right? So if someone's messing with your private parts, that's how come you need to tell. You need to get help. You need to get help. Who's a friend that hasn't had a chance to
I
talk?
had one.
In the blue shirt, I don't think you said anything today. And with the popsicle on it.
Blake.
I got a leopard one, but it got healed.
And it got healed? Awesome. Because that's what we want. We want our bodies to be safe and happy from head to toe. So if someone tries to mess with the parts that are private, the first thing you try to say is,
No!
then you try to,
Run!
then you find the power and you,
Tell!
are you in trouble?
No!
It's not your It's their fault. They need to be reminded of the rules. People that want to mess with kids' private parts use bait.
Sit down.
They use things that kids like. Toys, candy, money, electronics, ice cream,
I got one.
brownies, anything. Those are things that you like, okay? We're going to talk about that more and help Shelly some
I
more.
got a question.
Yes.
One time at the doctor's office, you know what happened to me? I had a cold, and I went to bed, and you know what happened?
What?
In the middle of the night, my brother was sick, and he threw up because he had a bad cold.
He had a bad cold. And sometimes when you don't feel good, like your body tells you things, like your tummy hurts or you get a headache, just like if someone's trying to mess with your, you try to. If someone's messing with your private parts, it might make your tummy feel weird. It might make your head feel weird. All right, so you need to go to a grown-up and let them know. And let them know that someone's trying to mess with your private parts. Yes?
I'm tired.
I know. Y'all have been such good listeners, and I know it's time to go outside. Are y'all going to help me get Shelly out on Thursday? I'll be back on Thursday.
Today.
All right. Oh, we got so much more to do. We can't get her out today. We've got more to learn, and we've got more to teach her. Can you use